Hi guys and welcome back to the part 7 of making KUSH MAINI a Formula 2 champion and then a Formula 1 champion. And today for the last race weekend, we are in Abu Dhabi. And if you haven't watched the last episode, you should go and check it out. Serious crazy stuff happened in the last race. Almost whole race was wet, and we had, in the end, a spoiler alert, we all, other than me and Dhruvla, everyone else disqualified out of the feature race because they didn't pit onto any other tires than their super softs. And go and watch it. It was really amazing fun to do that race. And now we are in qualifying for Abu Dhabi. And in qualifying for Abu Dhabi, we are right now P8. But at the end of the session, we were down on P20, so we had to go on and do another lap. But in Abu Dhabi, the tire wear is too high, so going on to another lap with those soft tires, it was really difficult to get any kind of time here. But we were still trying to get any kind of simple time. A 10:32 would be really good. And these two corners are the corners I hate the most because you do not get any kind of traction here, and that's why it's really difficult to do. But we are still up at the last corner, and we are still P17 even after P7, even after 5/10 gain. We are still P17. But let's go into the sprint race, what we can do. But first, let's see. Oliver Bearman was the one with pole position, Novalak second, and Victor Martins third.
All about speed in today's sprint race then. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? To the Yas Marina circuit offers 16 corners and a lap distance of around 3.2 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 5 and 7. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt. In the commentary box, I'm Alex Jakes. Alex Brundle is alongside me, and now we've had sprints for years in Formula 2, but with a shorter race, how does that change your driving style?
Well, there were plumes of dust coming off the cars at the beginning of free practice, so not a lot really. Quali's on the other compound of tyre usually, so for the sprint race, you kind of finger in the air, figuring it out.
And if you know, Jehan Dhruvla is only 28 points behind us, but if he doesn't score any points in this race, we are going to be world champions in F2 car. But let's go, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're gonna go for the last sprint of the season in Abu Dhabi. Going fast, Fittipaldi getting a good entry there, and we're sure to. We are trying to just stay in our position, still P17. We were sure side by side going us, but we are still P17, and Benavides is leading the race. Hedja second, Doohan third, Correa and Maloney were fighting, but Maloney has overtaken him for P4, and Correa is P5, Nissani P6, Martins P7, and there we see side by side Ivasa and Nola going side by side. Everyone is just trying to take it easy, trying not to get any kind of, and there we are trying to overtake Dhruvla, but we get almost into the back of Fittipaldi, but we are going to take it easy to make that overtake and on to the back straight. Can we do? We have overtaken Dhruvla already. Can we overtake Fittipaldi there? Just behind him into the corner. We have decided going down the outside. Can we get any kind of traction there? Can we out-traction Fittipaldi? But we are onto the curb. And we have beached on that curb. But we got stuck onto the curb, but we are still in the race. We have damage from that contact into the run 7, but we are still trying to keep it on the racing line because this part of the circuit is what I hate the most. So just trying to stay in behind and going a lot of wide there into the last corner. The ruler tries to make a dive on, but we have collapsed. We have crashed into each other, and look at that, we have side pod damage and underbody damage, and we get a 10-second penalty. Which honestly I don't get it because Dhruvla was the one who crashed into us. But still, it's really annoying. Because we are not going to score any points in this race because our front wing is heavily damaged. Our side pod, look at that side pod and underbody has taken a lot of damage too. Well, it's lime green, but still it's damaged. Our tire wear has gotten worse because of that. Now we have to just try to keep this race. Nothing happened in the whole race because we had so much damage. We couldn't make any possible inroads on the people in front. We just kept losing time, and we also tried to make a 10-second gap in front of the ruler so that we don't get embarrassed too, because he also have damaged a lot of damage to his front wing, only to his front wing. And we have damage to our side pods too, but we are going to still trying to make this race work so that if there is a safety car or anything, we can do anything. But on to the last lap, nothing happened. The ruler lost much more time to us than anything else. On to the last corner is going to win the sprint race. Hajar is going to be second, Duan third, Maloney fourth, and we into P21 just trying to keep it on through the racing line so that we can finish this race and win the championship. Into the last corner, checkered flag has fallen. We are just trying to make it, and we have won the Formula 2 championship.
Yes, we've done it! That is the world champion right there. Well done.
And we have won the Formula 2 championship with KUSH MAINI. Our one of the first objectives of making KUSH MAINI a Formula 2 has realized, and we have won the championship with him. It's really amazing. We didn't make any mistakes. We tried to keep civil into every single race weekend we went. We had crashes. We had almost DNFs, we had safety car red flags which went through and against us a lot of time, but we have won it. We have won the Formula 2 championship.
Well, whether you love or hate sprints in Formula 1, they definitely deliver. In Formula 2, lovely stuff, great racing.
But onto the podium we have Brad Benavides, who won the sprint race. Isaac Hajar was second and Duan third. Brad Benavides won the sprint race. But we have won the Formula 2 championship. It's an amazing feeling. Look at that, 29 points in front of Jehan Darula. And into the last race, into the feature race for the last round. Let's go.
So our F2 drivers are on the grid, and we're moments away from lights out for the start of the Formula 2 Abu Dhabi race. Yas Marina Circuit is a 3.2-mile racetrack built on the man-made Yas Island. In addition to the 16 corners, it features 2 very long straights. Now these will be the drivers' main overtaking chances today into Turn 5 and Turn 7. As we're now moments away from the off, let's take a look at the grid order in which they'll start today's race. A fantastic effort from Ollie Behrman yesterday puts him on pole position, with Clement Novalak alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Martins, Cordial, Roy Nissani, Maloney, Duan, Correa, Hajar, Brad Benavides, Ewasa, Hauger, Teo Porcher, Jehan Darula, Leclerc, Fittipaldi, MAINI, Frederick Vesti, Verschoor, Stanek, Boschong, and Jack Crawford completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. It all comes down to this. I'm Alex Jakes, Alex Brundle is alongside me, and for the final time this season, we're about to go racing. Alex, you're looking to sign off in some style.
So are the drivers and teams. It's a really important race for everyone here, despite the fact it's the end of the year. They know that everything they do in this event is going to echo for months through the end of the season.
And into the last feature race of the season, we are starting P17 because of that woeful qualifying. But let's go. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're gonna go for the last feature race of the season into P17. And look at that, we have 33% tire wear already on the before turn one. And Behrman is from pole, is taking it easy. Novalak and Martin's going side by side from the start and still side by side into turn 3, taking it really amazing battle here. Just still side by side they are pushing each other here and there, but they are keeping it civil. And Novalak up the inside into turn 5. Can he do anything? Yes, he has. Yes, he has overtaken Novalak there, but still they are still side by side because Novalak has overtaken Martins. Martins just stuck in behind Novalak, but he is still getting in his slipstream and is trying to overtake him. Can he overtake him? Martins just into the braking. Can he overtake him into the inside? Taking the curb as much as he can. Novalak getting a good racing light off that corner. And Martins have to just stuck in behind Novalak. Will he get anything? He wasn't. And in P13 we are still here, just trying to stay on because our tire wear, I don't know how it was this bad on to the first lap. Even before the first corner, we are just trying to survive in this race to do any kind of damage. We don't know if we get any points in this race. At this point I was actually thinking of retiring, but I thought let's at least complete the race. Let's see if we can do anything. As you know, after winning the championship there was no reason to fight. And Porsche going side by side. Look at that, how much trigger happy, and without any back end we have to fight in these two corners because it sometimes understand and sometimes it oversteers too much. And into last corner we are now P14. We have lost one more position because the tire wear is so bad I can't do anything. Just have to drive as slow as we can to preserve these tires. Into turn 1 we can't. Look at that, the Rula is also just behind us. He will try to overtake him, but look at that again, and look at that, we can't drive and we have made contact with Leclerc and we have to go wide. Look at that, this is not going to be good for our race and we are now last. Into turn 5 trying to make it something and touching our teammate there, Poshang, but Poshang getting a good exit because we have no tire wear left on these tires even only after lap 2. And on lap 3, look at that, they have made a gap of 3.5 seconds in only one lap. And now Stanek is also trying to overtake us, but into turn 6 we are not letting Stanek by. We don't want to be last, but Stanek with a superior grip onto his tires has overtaken us with ease, but we are still into his DRS. We are going to get his DRS and into his slipstream. Can we overtake him into this corner, which isn't really anything for, but it's fighting for the wooden spoon. And into braking we make a big dive bomb there on Stanek. These kinds of dive bomb aren't good for the tire wear, but we are now fighting for the pride of not getting last, and we are just trying to hold on to the 21st position and not being 22nd. And look at that, even if we touch even a single curb and we get thrown out like that. And look at that, again touching the curb and almost thrown out, and Stanek has overtaken us into turn 5, taking it easy. Look at that, it's so bad right now. And if you see on the right side of the screen, the orange blip is already there. We have 67% onto the rear right and 61% onto the rear left, and because of that we decided on lap 5 that we are going to pit because there is no point continuing on these tires. It's better to pit onto new mediums and do something and get a good amount of undercut on everyone else. Let's see. A 4.1 pit stop, amazing pit stop. These guys have done amazing. We are now 25 seconds behind Stanek, who is still about 8 seconds behind everyone else. We are just trying to make it out of pit exit, and at the end of the stint we didn't have any tire wear. We were on and we have crossed the white line, and with the new tires I think we will be able to do something about this race, and we'll get around a lap or two undercut so we can get anything into this race. And on to lap 6 we are just 20, and Porsche has DNF and it's a red flag. And as always, nothing goes for us, everything is against it. And look at that, Haja He just spins, caretaker happy and spins. However, everyone else going from the side, but he is still around and is ghosted now. Everyone else is going. I don't know why this was a red flag. And look at that, we are on new tires, which we have new mediums. So let's get into the second time. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are go for the second time into the last feature race of the season. We going easy there, side by side, and Bearman is starting from pole. Martin second, no lag third. Everyone trying to go as safe as possible. But still, look at that. Everyone behind is still 2 by 2. Everyone just now tucks in behind each other and into turn 1. We try to make a big dive bomb and we have made it work, but Crawford has spun us into the first corner for the second restart. And now the tires are cooked because even a one spin can do it. Correa and Benavides, is going side by side. Can anyone do anything? Going into turn 5. Correa is still just spun and trying to make that work. Benavides has overtaken us though, and on to lap 8 we are now 6 seconds behind everyone else. This hasn't worked again. Abu Dhabi looks like Abu Dhabi is going to be the worst race of this season for us because it hasn't worked for us and it's really bad result. And into lap 12 we get a objective of trying to keep our tire wear under check because we have already got 47%. Look at that tire wear because of that spinning. And see, we are now on to the time when in every corner everything spins. We are just trying to hold on to the race to get, if we get anything, or even if we don't get anything, we are just trying to complete this race and go home and go into the Formula 1 season from the next episode, but still trying to do this objective, which is going to be a good thing for us in terms of rating. And into the last corner, see, we're struggling everywhere, and we have at least completed the tire wear objective. And on to lap 13. See, look at that, even in turn 1 we aren't safe now. There is no back end. That's why it's so difficult to do anything. And on to lap 16, look at that, the tire wear is now into the puncture region. Everyone is too much in front. Look at that, Vashaw is 24 seconds in front of us. We can't do anything. We are just going to survive this race. And on the last lap, Martins and Bearman is going still. Martins into P1. Bearman trying to do anything but won't able to do anything. Martins has won the feature race for Abu Dhabi. And look at that, we are on P20 with 84% tire wear, which is well beyond the puncture region. I don't know how we didn't get any puncture in this. And we have completed this race into P20. Victor Martins won this race, but we have won the championship, and that's all that matters. And we are going to be doing a Formula 1 season. And guys, please tell me which team I should select for KUSH MAINI to race in for Formula 1. I have a team in mind, but if you have any suggestions, please give it my way. And for the last time in F2 season, goodbye, take care, and see you for the next episode.